Let's say hello to who I suspect will be in a dress rather than clad in a usual leather.
I think the mate's finished working, and I wonder who's using.
No.
Yes? Who is it? Please come in.
That's Toa. Bloody hell, that's Toa.
That sounds like... Excuse me.
No, it's Princess Alpin.
I had a feeling it was you, but I didn't dare to hope.
It's you. It's really, really you.
Your Highness.
How did you get here? This all feels like a dream. Please don't tell me it is. I don't think my heart could handle the disappointment.
It's really me. I'm so glad you're safe. I'm so sorry that you had to go through all of this. If I hadn't been so weak and careless, none of this would have...
You mustn't apologize. Simply being able to see you again is more than I could have hoped for.
Oh.
You must have been really lonely. I'm here for you now, though. But I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, so what's the plan?
So that's what you've been doing all this time?
Yeah. I was happy all of us were able to get back together again. But then yesterday, I ended up being invited onto the ship by Duke Cayenne. That's why I'm here, talking to you.
I do recall thinking things were a little noisier than usual yesterday. Now I know why. Strange as it may sound, I suppose I owe the Duke my thanks. After all, if not for his invitation, we wouldn't have been able to find each other like this.
Sorry. I wish I could say I'd snuck on board to rescue you or something. Incidentally, I hesitate to ask.
Do you know where my sister is?
You want to know where Elise is. She's not on this ship, I'm afraid. I can't say for sure, but I believe she's been taken to the same place as my parents.
Really?
I'm sure it isn't news to you that my mother, father, and Cedric have been imprisoned somewhere. And apparently, they've chosen Elise to be my family's attendant. So it's likely wherever they've been taken, she's right there with them.
Really? I'm not sure whether to feel relieved or what.
I can hardly blame you. I feel exactly the same way, even.
But why were you alone imprisoned on this airship? Surely there must be some reason.
That was Duke Cayenne's decision. I believe he's using me to suppress potential rebellion in areas occupied by the Alliance by having me address the people and calm them down.
Forgive me for saying so, but that's a little messed up. Using you like that.
I don't especially mind doing it, honestly. It's a simple enough task. People all across Erebonia are uneasy about this war. And as princess, I should do what's within my power to help calm their nerves.
But at the expense of your own feelings? I know you want to help, but you can't be happy about being used as the Alliance's puppet to deceive them. Plus, you've been forcibly separated from your family, your best friend. You don't even know where they are.
Yes, but... Oh, why even bother? You see through everything, don't you, Rean? Anyway, putting my feelings aside, what do you plan to do now? I presume you don't intend to actually do whatever Duke Cayenne tells you to.
Well...
Of course not.
I'm really not sure what to do. The longer this war goes on, the more people will suffer because of it. But even so, I don't feel as though siding with the Noble Alliance is the right course of action. And the same goes for the Imperial Army. I can't in good conscience side with them either.
I see.
There's so much to think about. You're being used as a puppet against your will, and then Elise is imprisoned somewhere too, being forced to do who knows what. I have to act somehow to change things.
That wasn't your fault, Rean.
Ever since I was taken in by my family all those years ago, I've tried to be a brother figure to her. I became the person I am today because of them. They've always loved me like they would a real son. And she's always treated me like a real older brother. You saw that power of mine, didn't you? And what I look like when I use it?
Well, yes, I did.
Back when I was a kid, something just like that happened. I ended up using it right there in front of her. She should have been terrified of me. But if she was, she never once let it show. She treated me exactly the same as before. And that was when I swore, no matter what happened, no matter what I had to do, I would always protect her. And that's why I can't help but wonder if now's the time to live up to that promise, even if I have to ignore or outright betray my own person.
Rean. As your honorary little sister, I order you to get a hold of yourself.
Fantastic, I love it.
Your Highness.
I know Elise far better than you think I do. In fact, I'd even go as far as to say I know her better than you. Rean, she's already told me so much about what happened 8 years ago. She told me about how that snowy day was what inspired you to take up the sword. She told me how traumatic that moment was for you. How what happened stays with you even now. And she even told me that, while she hated how she felt the tiniest bit happy because of it. Because it meant that your attention, your guilt, and your sense of responsibility were directed towards her and no one else. And she knew more than anyone how selfish that was. She may have had other reasons for choosing to go to Saint Estrella, but her main reason was that she didn't want you to keep feeling guilty because of her, more than anything else. She wanted to free you of your burdens. You should know, when you joined Thor's and were making new friends, and you finally seemed to be moving forward, she felt a little jealous, and even a little lonely at being left behind. But she was so very, very happy for you too. So please, Rean, please don't use Elise to justify not choosing your place in this war. Because I know for a fact, she wants you, of all people, to carve your own path and find true happiness.
How could I have been so blind? All this time I thought I was trying to protect her, and it's been the other way around since the start. And that's not just true for her either. All my friends at Thor's, they've been supporting me this whole time. I think I finally understand what I was so focused on trying to protect others, I never stopped to think about how relationships go both ways. Others try to support me just like I try to support them. How did I not realize before now? I'm sorry, Master. But better to realize late than never, I suppose. Because now I finally feel like I'm ready. As long as I keep that fact in mind, I won't lose control again.
What? New state of mind. Now ready to use a new craft, Spirit Unification.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. And I've got you to thank for that. Forget honorary. You sounded just like my real sister for a minute. So, thank you. I think it's time we get going. I wouldn't want to keep my classmates waiting any longer than I already have.
A pity, but I was rather hoping we could take care of yourself, Rean, no matter what it takes. Why are you shaking your head?
I said it's time we get going, didn't I? There's no way I'm leaving my sister's best friend imprisoned in a place like this. I will get the two of us off this ship.
Right!
Nice.
Do you have an escape plan?
Valimar, the Ashen Knight, is on the deck. He's chained up there. But if we can get to him, I'm sure we can find some way to use him to get away from here. First, though, we need to find a way to get out of this part of the ship without any...
All right, then. Elise is going to be so envious.
So, Alfin and Rean. Gorgeous gown. Jeweled boots, holy sphere. Have a silver chain as well, why not? Oh, that's just too cute. I've got to give her the angel set, I don't care. You have Seraph. Shine. You have Pandora. Oh, Pandora. Seraph, heal, eat up. Can you do anything else? You have heals, you have attacks. Dragon Vein. EP recovers on field, and we drop more Sepith. Omega 8. More hit points maybe? No, I'm going to give you more arts if I can. Yeah, I'm doing in mind. Only one though.
It's my turn.
Hey, you get to one of ours, Princess Alpine.
There are a lot of very strong people here, so try to keep your voice down.
Not to worry.
Get back to my room. There's an event.
Thought so. It's a vent.
Well, that's convenient. Might it lead to somewhere else?
Most likely. I can't very well ask a prince.
Nonsense, Rean. Of course you can.
But it's going to be all dark inside.
A little bit of darkness and dirt never hurt anyone. I had to travel through some fairly narrow underground passages when escaping from Heimdallr too. All right?
No. Well, as long as you're all... It's...
I'm surprised. It's not dirty at all in here.
Maybe it's because the ship's newly built?
This is in Fording College, I'm sure.
Oh, there's a corner.
We must be past the guest area then.
Okay. You know what, before I poke my head out, I'm going to end the episode here, guys. So until then, thanks for watching, a wonderful day, and bye-bye.